Hi, I'm Kelly Vaughn, and this is Inside Indy. You know, a lot of people dream of starting a business, and I think, 50% of the businesses that start fail, and, there is a way to do it, and there are some secrets to a successful business, and we have someone who holds those secrets. He's on the set with us. His name is Ron Jones, and a lot of you may know Ron. He is the owner. He is one of the founders of Barbecue Heaven Restaurant. Welcome to the show, Ron.
Thank you very much.
Oh, right. This is your, 65th?
65th year, yes.
And now, if you're one of the founders, and it's been 65 years, help me with the math, because that would make you, and I don't think you were, I would think in my mind, 85. You're not 85 years old. So how's that happen?
Well, I'm 79 years of age.
79. Okay.
Started actual retailing at the age of 13.
13.
Yeah, I actually started my concept at the age of 11 on the street corner where I lived.
Okay.
For a couple of years. After the second summer season of selling to people that visited the Douglas Golf Course in the swimming pool area, my mom and my dad both quit their jobs. Then we opened a retail store in 1952.
Your parents quit their jobs.
Yes.
You know, that's like Beyonce, right? That's what happened. Like, they saw something in her. She's so phenomenal that her father quit a job. He was an engineer making $200,000 a year to help this prodigy bloom. So you got to take me back to 11 years old. 11-year-olds are thinking about cars, playing with cars and trucks, and what were you thinking at 11 to go do barbecue?
Well, I went through the era of cars and trucks, and I realized that continuation in my life, I wanted to be a reality, and nobody was going to give it to me. So I had to learn a way to earn the means of affording the things that I kind of wanted in life. So I went to school daytime and worked my little corner in the evenings and on weekends. And after we opened the store in 1952, I went to school by day and worked every night.
Wow. So tell me what an 11-year-old does in the evening to take us there, to that corner, and what you were doing, because I'm still trying to visualize it in my mind, this little kid starting this business selling barbecue.
Well, I did a lot of the fun things that other kids did. I rode bicycles, made skateboards, and the whole bit, but I took time out of mostly on weekends, like Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays is when we did this. That's when people visited the park, the golf course, and swimming pool area.
So how did you make it, though? What did you have it on?
Well, I put some cement blocks out there and got some wire mesh grills and took my grandmother's recipe, and away I went.
Ah, there you go, grandma's recipe. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you must have thought this is pretty good, and she let you have it, or how'd you get it?
Well, we learned to cook at an early age. We spent a lot of time with my grandparents at an early age while my mom and my dad worked. And I had 3 brothers, and each week one of us had to assist my grandmother with the cooking chores every day for a whole week, and we rotated. And that's how I learned to cook. I learned a lot of her recipes.
Wow. So you just took her stuff, got the little cinder blocks together, the grill thing, and you just start I'm still trying to get a visual of that. So when did your parents get in on the action? What happened for them to say, we're going to quit our jobs?
Well, a lot of my customers would come knock on the door, want to know what time things were going to be ready, when was I going to get started, was I going to be cooking today? And we created a nice clientele.
Wow.
And my dad worked at Eli Lilly, and he also helped my uncle, who had a retail variety store. So he was sort of halfway in the concept of retail anyway.
Okay.
So we rented a spot across the street from his uncle's variety store, and away we went.
And you just said a key title there, you told me your parents quit. Then you told me your father worked at Lily's. Now everybody knows that's the dream job. I mean, that is the ultimate job.
Well, at that point, African Americans were only janitors. So,
But even at Lily's, I would think that'd
Yeah.
be pretty lucrative.
yeah, he had
Wow.
a decent job.
Wow. So let's talk about that. You said then African Americans were only janitors. So take us back at that time and what it was like then, and what it was like trying to start a business then, and even at 11
Well,
in 1950.
well, it was 13 when we actually started the business.
Okay.
It was just me piddling around for the first 2 years.
Okay.
Okay.
But the climate, the time, the era, and was it, and was your clientele only black? Did you have people all over?
We had Caucasians. We had all ethnic walks of life that visited the park. We had a lot of celebrities because I don't know how well known it is, but Douglas Park Golf Course was the very first golf course in the United States of America that was for African Americans. And we had the Joe Lewises, all the professional people would come there to play golf.
Wow. Wow. See, now we don't even know that about the history of India. I mean, there may be some people, but I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Right. So, wow. Wow. So once your parents joined in, and then you opened up a shop.
Yes, we
Okay,
did.
where was that?
On Indian Avenue, 834 Indian Avenue.
What's there now? I'm trying to.
IUPUI hospital, that whole conglomerate down there.
So when you had the building, did you own the building at that time?
No,
or-
we leased the building right next to a sportsman's bar. It was this little bitty place. Then we bought a place across the street and built a new structure.
Okay. Okay.
And then city come along and eminent domained us
Oh no, that's
for
the
the
worst.
IU project and handed us a check and told us we had to move. That was our first location. Our second location was at 2515 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Street, which at that time was Northwestern Avenue.
Right, I remember that. Growing up.
And that store was already in operation when they eminent domained us, so we weren't down at all.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So then on Indiana Avenue, then the hospital comes in. Okay, and then you shifted. Now you have a location on the east side of
Yeah,
Indiana.
East 30th Street. We opened that location in 1957.
50. Oh my God. I had no idea it'd been there that long. In my mind, it was like it came along later.
57.
Wow, because I'm not an east side person. I
Yeah.
grew up on the west side of Indiana.
Okay.
West side.
Okay.
So what's the secret? Well, we want to ask you the secret to your sauce, but we're just going to ask you the secret to your success. This is an amazing story, and that's why I wanted him to come on because I never heard of such a thing, and it's just fascinating to me how you started so young and you've survived successfully all these years. That is unprecedented.
Well, first you got to like what you do, and you got to take the like into love. And once you love what you do, you can find a light at the end of the tunnel. If you do something because you see somebody else doing it and it's successful, it ain't gonna work for you. Because everything don't work for everybody.
Yeah.
And I like what I did then. I still like what I do today.
Yeah. And at 79, which again, I didn't even know you were 79, but you don't look 79. So most people would have retired by now.
Well, I don't want to retire. Most of my friends that were successful at their jobs or entities that they endeavored into, when they retired, they didn't last long. I think when your body metabolism changes and you change your way of life, come what some people call a couch potato, it don't work.
It doesn't work.
So I get up and go to work 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
So you're open Monday through Sunday all the
Through
way through?
Sunday, yes. And I work 12, 14 hours a day.
Wow. Do you go vacation much? Do you get to travel
I
much?
sneak out every now and then for a day or so.
Okay.
It's usually
You should.
it's usually a day trip, day
Wow.
trips here and there.
So at 79 and working that many hours a day, do you do today what you've always done? I mean, has your game slowed any, or and what do you do in a typical day?
In a typical day, I got 21 people that I oversee every day.
Wow.
And I kind of visit with each and every one of them and kind of pat them on their back and tell them that they're doing a good job. And if they're not doing such a good job, I try to encourage them to do a little better in the areas that they're lacking.
Okay.
And that pretty much takes up a 12, 14 hours.
That'll do it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. You mentioned the 21 people. And it's not just about having a business that has survived for 65 years, but the opportunity that you've provided those people. That's huge. You know, people need jobs. People need something to do.
That's correct.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So what would you tell somebody who's watching this show now and they are contemplating starting a business? What would you say to them, and especially somebody thinking in the restaurant industry?
I would say the opportunity is there. All you have to do is really love and like what you're about to get into. Again, like I say, if you do it because you see somebody else is a little successful, well, let me try that. Ain't gonna work because your heart ain't in it. And you're looking for an end result with a pot of gold, it don't happen that way. I tell anybody, when you start a business, you got to have enough capital and operating capital to at least go 24, 36 months without realizing any profits that you can put away.
Wow. Wow.
Because you have to keep turning your money over.
And you got to make payroll.
Yeah. Well, you turn it over, expenses.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that love and passion that you have to have, what were some things, was there ever anything that happened during those years that made you feel like you weren't going to make it?
Never.
Your biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge was infuse capital to be able to grow. So you just had to keep put what little bit you made aside and keep investing it back into the business until you were able to do what you wanted to do with unencumbered money.
Okay.
Because if you go borrow a bunch of money and it don't work the way it's planned, you go down the drain.
Right. So reinvest what you do earn.
Yeah. So everything that I did, I went into able to finance it myself. Not depends on institutional money.
Okay. So I want to find out, tell everybody your locations again in town.
2515 Dr. Martin Luther King, 877 East 30th Street.
Okay. And you also, people can enjoy your barbecue at the Colts games?
Oh, yeah. We do have a concession at the Colts, at the Lucas Oil Stadium.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
We've been with the Colts ever since they came to town. We started at the RCA Dome. When they moved to Lucas, they moved us with them.
Okay. And quickly, your menu, real quick. We got about a minute left because we've been talking about barbecue. We got to tell people what they're going to get.
We got barbecue ribs, chicken, rib tips. We've got a new item that's been on the menu for about maybe 3 years now, which is a turkey rib.
Okay, I heard about that. It's really
and
good.
it is a very, very good piece of meat. It's very moist, and we really sell quite a bit of it.
Yeah, just in time for Thanksgiving. Skip grandma's, go see Ron.
Okay.
And I know you got your sweet potato pie.
Oh, yeah, that's our signature, sweet potato pie.
Yeah, it's good stuff, good
My
stuff.
grandmother's recipe, again.
Oh, is that where they, oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, Ron, we appreciate you coming on board here to be on the show today. And I'm just pleased as punch and honored to have you here. I wanted people to hear your story. I just think it's fascinating. In fact, I think there's a book in there. So if you need a co-author, just let me know.
Okay, I can do that. Okay.
Ron Jones, the co-founder, I say founder, because you're 11 years old and started a company. I know your parents helped you build it, but founder of Barbecue Heaven here in Indianapolis.
No, I won't take that title.
Okay.
My mom and dad was just right there with me.
I know. We appreciate them, because I know they were proud of you then and they're proud of you now. But thank you so much for joining us on Inside Indy.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And we'll be back after this. And we're back here on Inside Indy. And you know what? You need to put that turkey leg down because Thanksgiving is over and it's time to move on to celebrating Christmas. And we're going to do that with Freetown Village. And they're here on the set today on Inside Indy. Hello to everybody.
Hello.
To my right, which would probably be your left on television, is Ophelia Wellington, who is the founder and director of Freetown Village. Hello, Ophelia.
Hello, Kelly.
She's been doing this for a long time. When did you all start?
1982.
Yeah. Okay. Before
I was just a child. You weren't even born.
I was born. I was probably in college, but. And then we also have April Nichelle.
Yes.
You are theater director at Freetown Village.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We have Tamara Breeding Good.
Yes.
And
hello.
you're an actress.
Yes.
Mother Endura.
Yes, I'm Mother Endure,
Oh,
honey.
right. Okay. I think we're going to meet her a little bit later in the interview this evening. And then we have Kendall Summers, who's also an actress, and you play Rebecca Cuffey. Okay, which you're playing that in Freetown Village Celebrates Christmas. Tell us what it's about, Ophelia.
Well, with Freetown Village, we like to research history and create stories to make history come to life. And the Christmas show is celebrating a first Christmas for free people moving into Indiana. And they have to decide on how they want to celebrate it. So that's basically the storyline. Now, some want to do some modern things, and some want to stick to traditional things.
So what year are we in when we're celebrating?
This year is 1870, so it's 5 years after the end of the Civil War. It's a time of freedom, a time of the Industrial Revolution. People are moving north and west, establishing their own communities and rituals and lifestyles. So we're capturing that in this play, and it's really exciting to find out about how people came to Indiana and what they were thinking, what they were doing. So we use a lot of Indianapolis placeholders when we reference streets and people and buildings, so people can identify with the storylines, and those who are new to Indiana, they say, I didn't know that was there, or those who were not students of history, they didn't know those things existed, but it's a real good opportunity to talk about families and traditions and history.
Of that time. You take us back in time and help us to see what it was like to live at that time. And real quickly, what's something that we would be surprised to learn about that era?
I think the biggest thing is that a lot of people did not celebrate Christmas.
Okay.
It was a regular work day. It was
Really?
not commercialized. It was, some people saw it as the birth of Christ, and that was it. Happy birthday, and we still need to get this work done.
Wow. Okay, then I got another question for you on that, but I want to talk to your theater director, April Nichelle, and tell us about the play and your role in this production.
Well, my role in this production is really pretty much bringing to life what's on the piece of paper that's given to me by Miss Ophelia. I am basically creating an atmosphere almost like a story is being told. So just like she said that a lot of people don't have the knowledge of Indiana history, and we've kind of done it a little different this year. We've placed it in the sense of reading a book.
Okay.
So there is a lot of moments where you're actually be able to sit down and really get the creative side of things versus just coming and listening to what's being said. You actually get to partake in it. So my job is to make sure that you come alive in the scene as well as the characters.
Okay, so speaking of scene, we're going to see a scene
Yes.
from Freetown Village Celebrates Christmas, again starring Tamara, darn, Breeding Good, and who's playing Mother Endura, and then we have
Yes.
Kendall Summers, who's Rebecca Cuffey. All right, let's watch.
Yep.
I don't know what in the world that come over Sarah Elizabeth and these committee members wanting to hold some Christmas program in the house of the Lord. I have never heard of such. Sees, she thinks we're supposed to do what she sees everybody else doing. And I know she been reading some of those fancy lady magazines again. Well, I ain't interested. Baby, let me tell you what Christmas is all about. Let me explain this Christmas program business to you.
I know the story of Christmas. It's about Santa Claus.
Oh, no, honey. Oh, no. Christmas is a story of long ancient sacred traditions. And traditions are important to a people. I'm trying to end
I was
that.
getting into it.
I know, I was
Don't
too.
stop. Keep going. Wow, that's pretty cool. Wow. So when people come and they're performing, now I know once years ago there was a dinner. Do you still do the dinner? Or is this what's the setup when people come to watch the Freetown Village celebrates Christmas?
Well, the setting is inside of a church in 1870, and we're actually physically holding it inside of a church, but people are coming to find out what the commotion is about having a program inside the church. And the program, well, that's ungodly as pagan. We go to church to serve God and to worship and to learn. You can't have a program inside the church, so that's what some of the controversy is. And typical to Freetown Village, the audience is a part of the show.
Okay.
So we engage the audience, and people don't know if the person sitting next to them is just a regular audience member or if they are somebody who's in the show. It's like a theater and around. It keeps people, I think, excited, and it's really a family program. So we really encourage families to come out and explain. And I'll tell you one thing, I remember one of the things, people did not get a lot of presents. And one scene in the show, one of the actors talks about he got a piece of candy for Christmas, and that's all he got. And at one of the intermissions, I heard a child tell his father, "You mean that's all they got for Christmas?" He was horrified. It's like, what am I living for if that's all I get for Christmas?
Yeah, it sounds almost like Halloween. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
No, but I know things have changed, but it does tell you where the roots of Christmas are. And I just wanted to ask April, date, time, location. We're almost out of time. Very quickly.
It's going to be December 9th. It's a show at 2 p.m. and at 7 p.m. It's going to be at Scott's United Methodist,
Okay.
right off of 25th and 2153, Andrew J. Brown.
Okay.
Please do come.
Martindale, for those who don't remember,
Yes,
Andrew J.
Martindale.
Brown.
Yes.
Okay.
So be there.
Tickets are $12.
$12, $15 at the door.
Okay. Okay. We're out of time, but thank you so much, Ophelia, April, Tamara, and Kendall for joining us on Inside Indy. And good luck with your production. And people, go and see him. Go see
Thank
them.
you. Thank
I'm
you.
Kelly Vaughn. This is Inside Indy. Merry Christmas early. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.